Good morning and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Wednesday, September the 22nd, 2017. Sorry, it's not 2000. It's not September the 22nd. It is September the 13th. Sorry. Got my daughter's birthday on my mind, I guess. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market. Then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog, this is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and the trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, taking a look at yesterday. Yesterday, what did we get? A gap and go day. So it was basically a hypo 2. Didn't quite, it kind of was a hypo 2 and a hypo 1 where we got the equalization of the all-time highs. I'm looking at the wrong day. I am looking at the wrong day, right? Let me pull up the right day. Hopefully I kept it. For some reason that is screwed up. So let's just look at the, I didn't take the right picture. So I have to take a picture of this for 1 second. Just give me a minute. Can't do it on that screen for some reason. I apologize for this. I'm doing this on the fly right now because I was late to my desk this morning due to overworking flood damage. Okay. So we were looking for hypo 1, which was a responsive selling down into the prior day and then rotation up into new all-time highs, and to take out that Globex high that we had at 91 that was put in, and we got that, and we basically went sideways and created a balancing day. We were looking for a balancing day. We just didn't know if it was going to be above or below in terms of the breakout day, but it was definitely above. So we've got another little gap, okay, that we've created right here between this close and this range. The range gap is pretty small. The close gap is a little bit larger, and currently right now we're trading right in around this 91 and a quarter where the VPOC. So we could get another balancing day in this area. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's take a look at the news. Remember, this is rollover week, and we've got quad witching coming up this Friday. In terms of news this morning, really don't have much news after the 8:30. We had core PPI was a miss. Everything was pretty much a miss, but didn't really do much for the market. 10:30 is when we get a whole bunch of crude and petroleum news. But other than that, there really isn't anything but the 30-year bond auction at 1 p.m. So going to be a late news day. Take a look at the macro to micro. I always like to start my day looking at a simple candlestick chart and looking at the, what the heck is this? Looking at the overall picture from the monthly down. We go to the month. You can see we've got good slope, good separation on the 9 EMA and the 20 SMA. Trend is very much intact on the monthly. On the weekly, we came down, tested the 20 and bounced, and now put in new all-time highs. By the way, there is a new Globex all-time high at 95.5, and our all-time high in the, I gotta confirm this because I was doing, yeah, our RTH high all-time high is 94.75, and our Globex all-time high is 95.50. So we've got a little bit of an unequalized high up there. But the weekly trend is very much intact. Going to the daily, see the daily, we've got the same thing. A little bit of a technical gap being created on the daily. It wouldn't surprise me to see a counter rotation day today to come down and close one or two gaps. Maybe close this technical gap. This technical gap is not closed until we get to the 24.75 area. Going into the intraday, you can see that we have come back and closed the technical gap here on the 9 and bounced so far. Still holding the trend, but we're challenging it at 89.60, 89.50. I'll be watching the low here at 89. Going to the 1 hour. You see we've broken below the 9 and the 20 and kind of going sideways with a crossover here. So this could cross back over, or we could get acceleration to the downside and start a counter rotation trend. You can see we are getting slope and separation. We just left a naked cross right here at 93.25. Mark that down. Got a 15-minute consolidation zone going on right here, and the 5-minute we are breaking back above the 9 and the 20. So great big huge zipper right here. You can see it best on the Renko, where we're just creating the zipper, but we are below the 20, I'm sorry, below the mid, below the 9 and the 20, and below the Keltner center line and the 24-hour VWAP. So this could be a bit of a rollover. Just have to watch to see if we get back up above this 92. But we want to find out which way we're going to break against this zipper here. Taking a look at the macro. All right, so we came up and we got back inside of this balance zone. We accepted price at 64, and then we get this huge gap, and we break out of the value area of this micro composite right here, and we go into price discovery to take out those unequalized high. They do that here between the September and the December contract, and then we get the gap and go day. Although it didn't go very far, it kind of just balanced on itself a little bit higher, and we're creating this distribution zone around the 91. But the most traded price in the 2 days is at the 85.50. So if we do not hold the 87, that's going to be a decent short into that 85.50 if we don't reject and bounce off of that 87. If we go down there, we may not go. We may just balance out here or we could get a third continuation day. We don't know. That's why we're going to create multiple hypotheses. We're going to take a look at the inventory. Inventory is about 80% net short. You can see we've got a B-shaped profile in the Globex. We've come down and basically traded the lower distribution and the lower area of the value. Note that we did not, hold below the value area, and we other than this quick move to the upside to put in a new all-time high, we spent the majority of the Globex session down inside of the prior day. And since Europe has opened, basically we've traded inside of value. So they are trying to accept this this value in around the 91 area. You can see that we've got a naked VPOC from yesterday at 91.75, and our overnight Globex is going to be 91 for its VPOC, and pretty good kurtosis here. So we should see a move away from this 91 area today. We just don't know if it's going to be down to fill the gaps or it's going to be up for more price discovery and the equalization of the Globex all-time high, which we've got to put in. So let's put that in, 95.50. That's going to be a key target for us today. And of course, our all-time high in the RTH is right here at 94.75. I'm not going to put that in, but it is going to be a trade area for me into that Globex and a new all-time high if we get up there. Our overnight high is the Globex high, so kind of like yesterday. And our overnight low is 89. Just below the open of yesterday and the value area. And our VPOC is going to be 91. There is an LVN, very distinct start of the thin section of the profile last night at 92, but our value area high is 92.75, very valid value area. So those two areas are going to be trade zones for me. It's going to be hard to do much in here. So I'm going to be looking how the open handles the value area high and low. It's a pretty tight value area. And then below the breakout, I'm looking for the overnight low to get taken out and a move down to this 87, not 87.75, but actually 87 to close the range gap. And then come down and close the naked VPOC and the naked close. Taking a look at the bigger picture structure, we've got 85 is going to be my key target below 85.50. So this naked VPOC, it becomes my key target below. Why? Because it's the most traded price in the last 2 days. Since we've gone into price discovery, this has been where they found the most buyers. Therefore, if they can't continue the price discovery up and they've got to come back and pick up buyers, where are they likely going to go? To the last place that they found them, and that's down here at the 85. And then below that, we've got the 78 area. Gets pretty thin down here. What was our 50% of our significant breakout candle? Oh. Our high was 87. Our low was 74. 80.50. And there's really nothing to look at beyond that. And then below that, we've got 74, 72, and of course the 69, 67 and a quarter. Um, 67 and a quarter. Okay, so those are the areas below. Above, we still have that 97. Remember that, let me grab it. Again, I apologize for running so late here and being all over the place. Where is my Skype? Gotta just go get that picture of the. Oh, I've got it on my system. What am I doing? All right, so this is the inverted head and shoulder, and the 38.2, the first target, is 97. $2,500 centennial number, and then 2510 50 is the primary target. And rule of 10. All right, so sorry that took so long. We are trading right now inside of a very valid value area in around a very pronounced Globex VPOC. So right now I'm looking for a wide opening swing. I'm probably looking for the opening swing to cover the full gamut of the value area. But because we are showing a little bit, we're going to get gap down. I'm looking to flip a little bit to the short side just to come down and close some of these gaps. But my Hypo 1 and Hypo 2 have equal weight. So I'll be watching, do we get responsive buying up into the VPOC and up to test the value area high and possibly come back and close this gap, and then find responsive sellers and rotate us down into the 89 to 87 area and come down, close the range gap, and push down and chop around this 85 and close somewhere in around this 85. That is Hypo 1. Hypo 2 is an open auction in range, a push down, take out the overnight low, possibly come down and hit this 87 area, and somewhere between 87, or call it 89 and 85, looking for responsive buyers to be found, rotate us back up and chop around in around this 91 with maybe a late day probe to equalize the two all-time highs, but closing somewhere around 91. So my two main hypotheses is either we mature the auction up here around the 91, or come back and mature the auction around 85. So Hypo 1 has us closing in around 85. Hypo 2 has us closing in around 91. So those are my two main hypotheses. I am looking for a balanced day again today. My third hypothesis will be a failure to break above the value, come down and close that gap chop around the 85, and then push through down to the 80% of the significant breakout candle and get a little bit more extension, and then find buyers and rotate back up and close around 85. That is hypo 3. And then hypo 4 is open drive or open test drive, failure to close the gap again, push up into the 94, 95, chop around here and push and close at new all-time highs. Our 20-period daily ATR is running at 1783. So off of our Globex low of 89, plus 1783, our daily upside target is 2506.75. And off of the all-time high they put in overnight of 95.50, and take us down to 77.75. So you can see that we do have range capabilities. I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't need this if I got this. We have range capabilities to go and make new all-times, or get a significant pullback. Daily ATR down target. All right, so those are from my 4 main hypotheses. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. I'm doing this on the fly this morning. Again, I got all this flood damage, and I hurt my back pulling up subfloor yesterday. I'm not going to bother with gold because we're running late. Well, you know what? I'm going to just quickly take a look at it for myself. We might as well. All right, so we had our breakout day. We tried to hold value. I had to close my stuff down last night unexpectedly with power, so I had a shutdown. Tried to hold value at 1351.10. We didn't quite get our 38% $38 pullback, I should say. We got a 3-day balance right here, and it's up at the 37. So we're inside of this value area. I would think that we're probably going to try to hold this 34 and move back up into the 37. But again, the average rotation down is more like 38 to 43 off a move like this. We do have this gap zone here, so if they do come up and accept 37, look for them to come up and test into this gap and move back towards the 1350 area. If we don't hold the 1341, again, the main target below is going to be down here in between the 23 and 25 area. Anyway, that's it. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we will catch you on the flip side.